Hey guys, UWG Nick here, and thank you for clicking on this video. Today I'm not going to do an LP. Instead, I am going to ramble a bit, and then I'm going to ask you a favor. So please, stay for the video. There's probably going to be cuts because I'm going to start rambling, and I'm going to try to condense it down into one thing. Lately, I have seen some growth, and for those of you following my sub count, if anybody does, I'm now on 99. I got 99 subs, but my mom ain't one. Should really get her to sub to hit the 100. But I got like 8 subs or 9 subs in a couple of days, a few days, which really isn't much in the scheme of things, but to me it felt like a real boost. The reason I got these subs was I went on Reddit and I was reading through some posts. I think the post was called what YouTuber did you used to watch religiously but don't watch very much anymore? And I got into this comment thread about Let's Players, and people are like praising some and saying others had fallen out of interest or they weren't interested in them anymore. And I realized that these people that are talking here are pretty much like, it's my demographic. It's the people I'm trying to connect to. So I sent a message to a couple of people and also commented on the thread, pretty much begging for advice, asking them to check some videos of mine and come back with feedback, like why would they or wouldn't they watch my videos, so to speak. The people who helped me, I have a list here of the most prominent helpers. I'm not gonna read out their full names on Reddit or handles on Reddit, but everyone has been slightly modified. Just, I don't know if they want to be known. Like, I don't know if they want their usernames out on the internet or not. Probably they don't care, but I'm gonna err on the side of caution here. So a big thank you to May Beneath, Rotten Banana, Young Sleepboat, Jard, Cactuar, Ed Scratch, and Helix. These people all kind of like watched a few of my videos and kind of like came back with feedback on things they liked and things they didn't like. And since my goal here is to entertain you, of course, if you're already subbed, then you must have found something you like, but nobody likes everything a person does. So there's absolutely always room for improvement. In other words, I want to know from you how I can improve my videos. And feel free to write down in the comments below if you already know something. You're like, oh, this has been driving me crazy. Then let me know. I'm gonna go through what they told me though. The number one thing that I think people talked about was my intro. They didn't like the dubstep music. I don't know, I never reacted to it as being dubstep, but I guess yes, you could definitely call it dubstep. It's being too loud and also the genre being like a turn off. I think it was I think it was May Beneath's husband actually who went like, if he had just stumbled on my video, he would have turned off at the intro because he didn't like dubstep at all. And he thought the music was too loud. And the volume was also something that another user commented on. So just off the bat, I'm going to lower the volume on that. It won't change for like a week or two because I have pre-made episodes, so to speak, already scheduled. I need to work this way because I have a daughter and a house to take care of. So whenever I get a chance, I just pump out episodes. But once it does, maybe you'll notice. I don't know. Maybe everybody just skips the intro at this point. It wouldn't surprise me. You're probably bored to tears by it at this point if you watch my videos. But that's something that, like, I'm not very fond of the intro. It's not like I dislike it. I don't have any strong feelings either way. Like the video's intro I like. The music, could be something else. So I'm thinking I'm gonna look into changing that. Another thing that May Beneath commented on was that she didn't like my beautiful visage. She didn't like my face. Technically not my face. She didn't like the fact that I had a webcam in the video. She and her husband thought that it took away from the video to have my, like, a square in the corner where I'm talking, since I'm not particularly expressive. Now, that's fair. I'm a Finn. We aren't a very expressive people. We're not like the Italians or the top of the morning tail laddies, the Irish. We are quite a subdued culture. There's actually a saying that when you get to know a Finn, he will only be looking at his shoes, like not facing you, just looking at his shoes. But if you work with him and like after years of friendship, you will find that he's gonna start looking at your shoes. And that's kind of like the level that we're dealing with here. We are not a very emotionally expressive people, Finns. And yeah, I mean, I am from the more expressive part because I'm a Finno-Swede, but politics. Either way. So some people, or she didn't like that I had a webcam on my videos, and feel free to comment. Would you prefer with or without webcam? One thing that I have been planning is getting a green screen that I would attach to the ceiling and just pull down when I make videos. So it wouldn't be like a square, it'd just be me sitting in a corner somewhere. Well, you know how green screen works, I don't need to explain that. That's also something that I want to do, but if people are just like, no, we don't care, you shouldn't be in the picture, let me know and we'll take it from there. I think it was Helix who mentioned that he would prefer to see more one-offs. Like, instead of committing to like a 20-30 episode let's play, watching me play through the game, he would like to see like more lighter episodes, which are just like, well, it's called a one-off because it's not a let's play, it's not a series, I don't really know what it is, it's just me playing a game for a while and cracking jokes. I do have a one-off playlist, but a lot of it is played with a friend of mine. Is this something they would like to see? Is this something that I should add to the channel? Some more lighter content instead of focusing on creating these long series where I try to present the game as fully as I can without all the boring grind that a lot of games have? Or do you think I should focus on LPs? Let me know. Again, down in the comments. Please tell me. Like, I need feedback if we're gonna get this sucker to grow. What else? I think it was Helix also said like more jokes and less complaining. That might be a little bit tricky. Like, I'm new to this whole presenting business and talking to the camera, and none of my stuff is scripted. I play and I react, and that's pretty much it. So if I crack any good jokes, it's right off the top of my head, and if I complain a lot, that's because what's on top of my head. Games usually put me into a state. Like, for instance, Yakuza 0 was a really, really fun experience, and I had a lot of fun with that. My favorite game from last year. And it was easy to be amused and crack jokes and have fun with that game. But then, for instance, Kiwami came out, which was the latest Yakuza game. Should be finishing soon, by the way. Yakuza game I played on the channel, which was a massive disappointment after 0. And that just kind of made me focus on the things that I felt were bad about the game compared to 0. Now, I understand that people don't want to watch me bitch and whine for 20 minutes every time. Completely understandable. Negative emotions spread, and nobody likes a negative Nancy. But it's very difficult for me to pull myself out of that kind of state that the game puts me in, because I don't want to be fake either. I don't want to act up for the camera. I want to be genuine. I want to talk to you and tell you what I feel and how the game makes me like respond, so to speak. And then we have Sekiro, for instance, which after you died 50 times to the same boss, you're a little bit tense. You're a little bit like on edge, cutting your teeth a little bit. So there's often a like subtone of rage in those videos. Again, I'm not super expressive with the rage. I've grown past the whole breaking my controller age. I'm 34 at this point. Jesus Christ, it's like throwing controllers out the window was like 15 to 25. I'm way past that. But yeah, these were like the main things that people brought up. Now, since you are subbed to my channel, there has to be something that you like on my channel. But what are the things that you dislike? My goal is, as I said, to entertain, to give as much entertainment value to my viewers as possible. And of course, I have a very clear view in my head of what I want to do. So if you say, no, let's start doing travel vlogs. No, not gonna happen. Well, actually, that could happen because I travel a lot for work. But okay, let's make a food channel or start a cooking channel. It probably won't happen. Like, I have a core thing that I want to do. but there's a lot of leeway around that core thing. And whatever you could do, whatever you can suggest that would improve things for you or make it more interesting for you, let me know. And if it's feasible and if it's something I'm comfortable with, I will definitely take it into account and maybe even change according to your wishes. If it's something small, if as I said, big things that don't mesh with my idea of what it should be, probably won't happen. But I can give you an explanation if you suggest things like that. I won't just go, no, that's stupid, and ignore you. I will counter your argument, so to speak, with my vision or my idea. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Not really. Like, this is pretty much me just throwing myself on your mercy and asking for feedback. Tell me what you want to see more of or less of. Tell me what I can do to make it better for you. This sounds like we're in a relationship. Yeah. Now, moving on from that, there's also kind of YouTube specific things. One of the things that were mentioned a lot were my thumbnails, that they're shit. And I completely agree. I am ass at thumbnails. When I first started, I was just uploading raw video to YouTube, completely unedited. Just pretty much like shadow play, record, upload, because I could not figure out how to edit in ultra wide in 21:9, which is kind of like the core concept around my whole channel. So if you go back like 1.5 years in my playlists, you can see that like the early playlists don't have thumbnails and they're completely unedited. There's no cuts, there's nothing. The ones that I had to cut because I got like copyright claims on music in games and shit like that, I edited in YouTube, which completely destroyed the 21:9 format for anybody on a 21:9 screen. It pretty much just left like a cinematic 16:9. So if you view it on a 21:9, there's black bars on all sides of the video. So yeah, and after that idea of just not having thumbnails, I started to get like artwork from the game, like one piece of artwork that I liked, and that was the thumbnail for every episode, just numbered. Like that was up until Sekiro. This is the version I've been running with. For instance, the Resident Evil thumbnails are probably the most boring thumbnails I have ever made, because even though the base image is very dramatic, it's very muted in colors, and it looks extremely boring really as a thumbnail. So that was a bad choice of thumbnail. With Sekiro, that's my latest iteration, which is me taking a screenshot from the episode of something exciting happening and making that a thumbnail. But even that is kind of poor because there's very little editing. I haven't had access to Photoshop. I've been using like free software and they are shit. And yeah, the results show. I think there was one guy, I can't remember who it was. Might have been Young Sleepboat, who actually made a thumbnail for me, episode 14 of Sekiro. He commented on it and he said it's very clear. It kind of screams new YouTuber at work. So, which was fair because yeah, like I've been at it for 2 years now and I still haven't improved those very much. But now I've gotten my dirty little mitts on Photoshop and I'm looking to update the way the thumbnails look. Thumbnails won't do much for you if you're watching my videos, or if you're already subscribed. You're like, it won't do jack shit for you, but it might bring more people in. You need a hook, because as you all know on YouTube, you search for one thing, there's a million videos, and you just kind of scroll for like the first page and go like, that one looks interesting, and then you click it based on the thumbnail. And then lastly, swearing on YouTube. YouTube is becoming this Puritan Christian-only channel place. PewDiePie is thriving, where you can't really swear. I think I've heard mixed messages on this. I saw one line that looked pretty official. I think it came pretty much from Google directly, is that YouTube's algorithm checks the first 30 seconds of a video, and if you swear during that, they are gonna fuck you over by not pushing that video at all, because it's bad for advertisers. So Now, I swear like a fucking sailor. It's just kind of part of my speech pattern. I learned English from TV and movies. So, yeah, that's the kind of language I use. And it's very difficult for me to rein that in and to self-censor. And to be honest, I don't want to. I want to be me. I want to present myself, my own personality, and my jokes, and my way of thinking and talking. And self-censoring kind of sucks. But I can do it for 30 seconds. I can hold off for the in the beginning on swearing, just let the rage build in the game. But then I've also heard Boogie2998, or is it Boogie2988? Boogie, anyways. He talked to his contact at YouTube, and they told him like the first third of the video needs to be clean. Which is a lot more for me. If I make like 30 to 40 minute videos, that's like 10 to 15 minutes that I have to be like, oh, a little saint. So that's, I don't know what to do about that. Like, I'm gonna try to tone down on the swearing, especially in the beginning of videos. But I don't want to change. I don't want to change my speech pattern. Yeah, there's not that much more I wanted to talk about, I think. I think I hit on all the main points. So I don't know how long this video is, probably close to 20 minutes. But just to reiterate and to leave you with the final message, the thing that you should take away from this video, tell me how to improve in your opinion. This is a complete free-for-all. Post a comment on this video. If you see a comment that matches what you think should change, then put a like on it. Or write your own. It doesn't matter. I'll read through all the comments. I'll scan through all of it just to see what you as a viewer think of my stuff and how to improve. And then we'll start building something from there. I really want you to feel like you can affect the type of content that you see on my channel to a degree. Again, being me is very important to me. I'm throwing myself at your mercy. Give me feedback. Tell me what you like or dislike. Tell me what to change. Let's make this better. That's all. Bye-bye.